Okay, everyone, welcome to our July team meeting. This is an abbreviated meeting. We knew as directors that we wanted to provide some content training on bookings, which we know are super important, especially as we head into our July and summer selling season. So just a quick hand raise. Can you guys see my screen? Okay, awesome. All right, great. So we're actually going to start off with a couple of polls, and I decided to kind of make this a little interactive. And we have a lot of material to cover, but there's going to be some material that we're just going to kind of sprinkle and kind of give you just a little bit of information, and then you're going to be able to go back and use this PowerPoint with all the links enclosed. But we want to make sure we're going to give you enough content to allow your July to be as successful as possible. So we're going to start off with a poll, and we're going to be talking a little bit about well, not a little bit. We're going to talk a lot about bookings. And the first question, I'm going to put it up on the screen, and then you're just going to let me know how you use this in your business. And I decided to kind of model our training tonight on a Monday night call that Stacy did that I thought was probably one of the more impactful calls that I've heard in quite some time. So I'm hoping that when I put up this poll, you're going to be able to see it. So I'm going to launch the first poll question, and tell me if you guys can see it. Okay, so just take a quick minute. And the first question is about Everybody Wins. And so the question is, I use Everybody Wins. So we want to know how often you use it. Do you use it always, like every single party? Do you use it sometimes, rarely, or never? So we have about 17 people on the call. So we want to try to get as many of these answered so we can get a good idea as to how this is all working for each and every person. So we have 10 people so far who have answered. So the question is, I use Everybody Wins. And for those of you that are not familiar, Everybody Wins is what we do at the end of a party to acknowledge participants in the party and ultimately ask them to host a party. So right now can you guys see the results? Oh, you can't. Okay, so good. I'm glad I asked that question. So let me give you the results so far. We have 13 people that have responded out of 17 that are here. So perfect numbers, in my opinion. So about 54% of you always use it. So that's not a terrible number by any means, but that means there's a good 50% that don't, right? So sometimes you guys use it, about 15% of you use it sometimes. Some of you, actually one or two of you only use it rarely, and then 3 of you never use it. So what I want to share as a result of this is that it shows that more than 50% of us use Everybody Wins as a way for us to get bookings. And so if you're not using it, or you're only using it sometimes, this will be a good idea to say, wait a minute, if 50% of us are using it with success and using it every single time, that might mean that I should probably try to use it. So we're going to cover that tonight because it is a very, very successful way of getting bookings. So let's end that there. And let's see if I share the results. Let's see what happens. Can you guys see that now? Okay, good. So yeah, you can kind of see how that all trickles down. Okay, so let's go to another question. End that one there. And the next question, let's go back, is which of these activities helps you book the most parties? Do you book the most parties with the host booking challenge, which is where the host helps you get bookings? Whoops, let me launch it. So which one of these activities helps you get the most parties? Is it through the host booking challenge, where she helps you get parties by sending messages? Is it Everybody Wins helps you get the most bookings, or your order thank yous? So we have about 9 people who've responded. Okay, 11, couple more people, 12. Okay, we're at 92%. Perfect. So let's end this poll and let me share the results. So you can see here the host booking challenge, 17% of you get your bookings sometimes through the host booking challenge, or get the most bookings through the host booking challenge, which is very awesome. And then half of us get them through Everybody Wins. And then another percentage, 33%, gets them through the orders thank you. So what this goes to show you is if you are not using Everybody Wins, maybe that's something that you want to start doing. Or maybe you're not using the order thank yous. Look, 33% of our team on the call tonight gets most of their bookings from the order thank yous. So if that's not something that you do on a regular basis, again, that might be something that you want to start considering to put into your parties or put into your process. All right, so let's talk about, hold on, I gotta mute somebody here. All right, so let's talk about ordering guest. So I always ask, excuse me, let's reword this. I was on the fly. So the question is, ordering guest. How often do you use the ordering guest to get a booking? So when you're texting a guest to say, thank you so much for your order, are you also asking for the booking? So always ask for the booking. Sometimes I use this process. I rarely thank the guest for the booking. I never do. All right, we have 12 out of 85%. That works for me. All right, so let's end this poll and share the results. And so you can see here about 50%, 42%, excuse me, always use this. Half of us sometimes use it, and then we have a couple of rarely and never. So again, this is another resource that we can say, okay, if we're not doing this, maybe we should, because more than 50%, almost 80% of us will either use this always or sometimes. So again, this is a great way to say, okay, am I doing this? Okay, I'm not, let me start. All right, let's talk about, let's launch this one. I can't remember exactly what this says. Which one, oh yeah, here we go. Which one of these have you tried a few times and it didn't work for you, so you stopped using it? So which one of these have you tried a few times, but it didn't really work out well, so you just stopped it? Is that Everybody Wins? Is that the Host Booking Challenge? Or is it the thank you text to ordering guest? So this is kind of normal, right? Like you do something repetitively and you keep getting the same result. It kind of makes you wonder, well, should I keep doing this, right? Which is, this is not very surprising to me, okay? But you're going to have some interesting results at the end. So Everybody Wins. We have one person who tried it, but just decided to stop doing it. Host Booking Challenge, 10 of us tried it, but maybe stopped doing it. And then thank you text to ordering guest, okay? So very telling. All right, let's go back. All right, which one of these do you skip most often? So if there's any way to get a booking, which one of these, oh, darn it, I didn't pose this correctly. We'll just do the best you can. So do you skip Everybody Wins most often? Can't answer that because I didn't put it as an option. So well, let's do these two. Do you skip Host Booking Challenge most often, or the thank you text most often? I guess I should launch it. Okay, which one of these do you skip most often? And I failed to put in the Everybody Wins. Okay, Host Booking Challenge. All right, so let's end that. And you'll see the results here. Most people will skip over the Host Booking Challenge, and maybe some of us skip over the Everybody Wins, but I messed that one up. So, all right, let's go back and let's do this one here. I use the Host Booking Challenge always, sometimes, rarely, or never. And for some reason, this won't let me launch. Hold on, let's go back. All right, it's not happy with that one. All right, let's skip over. Darn. All right, I wonder if there is a limitation on how many questions you can ask. Let's see. Stop sharing. Oh, here we go. All right, Host Booking Challenge. I use the Host Booking Challenge always, sometimes, rarely, never. All right, we're at 85%, 92%. Cool. Okay, let's end this and share the results. Okay, so sometimes we have people that use it about a third of the time, sometimes, or excuse me, 15% sometimes, always 23%, rarely, never. All right, let's stop sharing that. I think we have one more poll. Yes. All right, here's the final one. And this is shared rewards. I have done a shared rewards party. Yes, over 1,000 in sales. Yes, under 1,000, or no. Okay. All right, 92%. Let's show the results. Actually, this is a lot better than I thought, to be honest. I thought this would be a much higher percentage of no. So here we go. So we've had 5 people that have had over 1,000 in sales. We had 3 that had a shared rewards, but it was under 1,000, and 5 that haven't done one. So the reason I wanted to share this poll, number one, is just to kind of get a pulse point on where everybody is and why we do certain things that we do. But it also gives us just a general compass idea of where we can go. Because if you notice that most of the results were about a third, there were a couple of them that are like at 50% and so on. But what it clearly shows is that we aren't doing all the things, right? And I will happily put myself into that basket, because there are times when I skip over Everybody Wins or I skip over the Host Booking Challenge, but I try not to make that a habit, obviously, because those are bad habits that are going to eventually catch up with you. And they do. So let's just put it out there that they will catch up with you. And we're going to talk a little bit more, obviously, as we continue to kind of navigate through this today. Today is all about what we're doing. We're talking about bookings and how to help your July be as strong as possible. And Stacy kind of covered a couple of these things on her Monday night calls. And she says that normally that there's 3 reasons why we have a tendency to skip over some of the things in our businesses, like the Everybody Wins, the Host Booking Challenge, or the Thank You, which are the 3 ways that typically generate the most bookings. And usually those 3s are, we're either comfortable with our schedule and we're like, we don't really need to do the Host Booking Challenge. We're already booked out through July or August or whatever. Or maybe you think, oh, that's crazy. There's absolutely no way that I'm going to do that. Not interested. Or maybe you're just chicken and you're like, I'm not comfortable with that at all. And that's something that I'm not going to put on my plate as something I'm going to do. But all of these methods work. And if you attend the Monday night calls, the common theme throughout the call is doing all the things all the time. And I hear that. And sometimes for me, I personally even cringe, because I'm not able, to be completely honest, to be able to do all the things all the time. However, I know there's things that I cannot skip and will not skip. And those are some of the things like we talked about earlier. For those of you that are on the new consultant training, we talked about tracking. We talked about making sure that we're doing the reach outs. And then this encompasses the next thing. And that is the Host Booking Challenge, the thank you text, as well as Everybody Wins. Those are things I'm never going to skip out on, because I know that they are going to be the highest income producing activities. And so one of the things I find, especially new consultants will do, which is so normal, and we don't want to kind of like paint this to be like an ugly picture, because it's really not. But you have to ask yourself when you're doing work in your business, because most of us are very, very isolated on the time that we can work our business. You want to ask yourself, and you might even want to write this down, am I doing an income producing activity? So if you are making fun things in Canva, doing fun things to the template, those are really not income producing activities. Income producing activities are people work, not paperwork. So people work are going to be your reach outs, are going to be your host coaching, are going to be chatting with people in the party. That's how you get those bookings. That's how you get more parties, not with making this fancy, cute template, which we pretty much take care of for you anyway. So if you're saying to yourself, I only have an hour, decide how you're going to use that hour. And that hour really should be focused in on the people in your business versus the paper in your business. So I decided to reach out to the directors and ask them, what is the way, or what is the most successful results, or what is the most successful way you get bookings? Do you get it through Everybody Wins? Do you get it through your Host Booking Challenge? What is your most successful way? And this is not surprising. So for those of you that didn't check, I do Everybody Wins no matter what. Look at the results of these directors. Karen said Everybody Wins. Carol said Everybody Wins. Angie said Everybody Wins. Lorraine said Everybody Wins. So sorry, Susan said Everybody Wins. Julia said Everybody Wins. So the majority of us get our bookings through Everybody Wins. But if you looked at the statistical results, there are still a percentage and a fraction that shows that the host booking challenge and the thank yous are also a very key part of what we do. And Carrie said she gets a lot of hers through the host booking challenge, which means that she's definitely developing the relationships with her host, which is fantastic. And I love how Keisha added that she doesn't accept a no with an objection. So in other words, if somebody says, no, I'm too busy, she could just say, okay, thanks for your time and be done. But she will use step 3 in the 7 steps to resolve the objection. So what this shows is that, again, if you are not using the host booking challenge, if you are not thanking your guests, and if you are not doing the host booking challenge, these are the things that you want to kind of do a little reset with your business and really make sure that you're getting those done, because they're going to be the biggest results in your business. So today we're going to finish up the meeting with talking about more July bookings, talking about shared rewards, and then Julia is going to come in and talk to us about our watch party. Now, this meeting is only going to be about 35, 40 more minutes. This is not a full meeting, so we're not going to be doing recognition, but we are going to make that up to you guys, because when we come home from national conference, we are going to have a huge team meeting, which is going to encompass our recognition, but also we're going to be able to give you all the deets on our national conference. And about 9 of us are heading to Chicago next Tuesday, and we'll be able to share all the good details when we get back. So our next meeting is going to be the first Monday in August. So let's talk about how we can get some more July parties, okay? This is the key. We want to overbook as much as we can to get some results for our July business. So first and foremost, just a quick raise of hands. How many of you have ever downloaded your Facebook friends list? Just me and Carol? Okay. So let me tell you, if you have 1,000 people, 500 people on your Facebook friends list, you have 1,000 leads or you have 500 leads. And I have a feeling that most of you, maybe except Susan, Susan's main objection for not joining Pampered Chef after I asked her over and over again was she didn't have enough Facebook friends. But don't ever let anybody get away with that, because Susan in her first 90 days became the #1 consultant in the entire company and had very few Facebook friends. So that she's proof of the pudding. It doesn't matter how many people they have as a Facebook friend, we can still help them be successful. As a result, she was super successful. So we're going to show you how to download your Facebook friends list. That is so easy to do. If you have a teenager, you have a sister, a brother who may want to earn a little extra money, this is a great way to incorporate them into your business. Like, honestly, I pay my sister $10 an hour and she does a lot of my reach outs for me. And so she just downloaded my Facebook friends list and just does my reach outs to those people. They're my friends, so they don't count against your non-friend Facebook list. And it's a matter of saying, Angie, Lori, Carrie, and the message. Like, you don't have to recreate the message every time. I give her the initial message and the 3 follow-up messages, and that's it. And it's a tax write-off. So you can use it however you choose, or you can pay them under the table, but $10 an hour is nothing for your time. So Facebook friends list, I'm going to show you how to download that. We're going to talk briefly about a Christmas in July party, which I'm sure you've seen with other direct sale companies. We're going to talk about a summer road trip, birthday messages, and shared rewards. So let's first go on to Facebook friends list. It is a very simple process. You log into your Facebook profile page, meaning your personal page. You go to settings, you click your Facebook information tab, and you download your information. It sets it up into a spreadsheet or a CSV file, and you just start doing your reach outs. You can copy and paste them onto a spreadsheet, or you can keep them on the existing CSV file. And now you have all of your leads sitting right there for you. As we were talking about on new consultant training, if you do 150 reach outs, you're going to, at the very minimum, have about 10 to 15, 20 new parties. New consultants oftentimes with 150 reach outs will get about 12 to 20 parties. As you navigate through your business, sometimes that number goes down a little bit, but usually every 30 reach outs is about 2 to 3 parties. So if you need to finish filling up your July, make 60, 90 reach outs and you should be good to go. So this is how to download your Facebook friends list. And again, you will get this PowerPoint after our meeting. I'm downloading it to my computer, so it will be ready much quicker than downloading it to the cloud. So this is another idea that came off of Stacy's Monday night call, and that is a Christmas in July party. So in the PowerPoint, you're going to have all of these images here to use, and so you don't have to recreate any of this. She offered a little extra special bonus. If you have a $300 party, she's going to give them the cup slicer for free. That's totally negotiable. You don't have to do that. You can also use this image, which focuses in on what Pampered Chef offers. But oftentimes, if I were to say to each of you, okay, I'm going to create a booking store in Amazon, and all you have to do is go to Amazon.com, and every booking is $20. I can almost guarantee you that each of you would buy a couple of bookings. And as a result, that's kind of what you're doing here. This cup slicer is, I think, $25. When you put it on their discount, you're going to get about 20% off of that. So that's going to take it down to about $15. So you're going to spend $15 and potentially make a whole lot more, right? So in the months where it's a little more trickier, or if you're a little behind the 8 ball, sometimes what you need to do is not only promote the promotion, but kind of use a little hook to get them going. So I'm going to be straight up honest with you, because to me, I like to be transparent, because sometimes people think, oh, directors, you know, they always have bookings and so on. Well, that's not always the case. So I decided to try a new type of party, and I'm not going to lie, the parties were great. The problem with these parties were bookings. And so I'm consistently doing about 10 parties a week from the beginning of the year until about, I don't know, mid-April. And I'm like, okay, I'm going to try this new party. I'm always up for something new, right? So the sales were great, but the bookings were almost obsolete. And that was really concerning. And so quickly, I went from 10 parties a week to 5 parties a week to looking at my July with nothing on my schedule. And that has not happened to me in 3 years, to be completely honest. So what it does is it creates a sense of humbleness, right? So what do you have to do? You have to dig deep and decide what route you're going to take. If I had a short-term goal of, I just want to make $1,000 a month. If I don't make it, no big deal, right? But that's not my goal. My goal is to retire in 6 years. So there's no option to quit. It's just a matter of, what do I need to do to shake things up, right? So I have, I don't even know, about $400 or $500 worth of stuff in my closet. And then I have stuff in my garage. And so I have something where I can incent the incentive, or I can pad the incentive, right? But if I didn't have that, because it wasn't always like that, I would do something like this. I would say, okay, I'm going to spend $15 on a party, knowing that I'm going to work my butt off to make sure that I get more parties. So that's what I did. I said, okay, no holds barred, put my blinders on and hunker down. And so that's what I did. And so for 4 or 5 days, that's all I did was reach out after reach out, after reach out, after tracking. And it went from 0 to 15 in 3 days. So anybody can do what I did. All I did is just made a decision. This is enough. I got to switch gears, go back to what I know works, and ultimately do what I train new consultants to do. And that is reach outs. So that's the path that I have to continue on to get my parties back up to about 10 per week. So we all go through it. And I think transparency is so important, because there's nothing special about any of us. We just work the systems, and then the systems work for you when you work them. So this is one way you can do a Christmas in July party. So this is kind of what the kind of framework of that looks like. And there's a lot of words on here, so we're not going to cover all this, but again, you will have this material at your fingertips. So you can either use the current template, or you can use a holiday template. And if you decide to run a Christmas in July special, I know there's 2 of us on our team that have a Christmas template. I have one, and I know there's one other person that has one. And if you decide to do one, I'll see if she's willing to share as well. And you can just take our templates and just edit them up. What we recommend is doing the normal July template and overlaying that with the Christmas template, because the Christmas template is not like an every other hour template. It's kind of like a little sprinkling of information. So in other words, that's what this says. Use the current template and then add in some holiday recipes and games, and then you can call it the Christmas in July. You can do the bonus offer with the cup slicer as the booking bonus when they reach 300 in sales, or you don't have to. It's totally up to you. You may want to decide, okay, my first 30 reach outs, I'm not going to offer an incentive. And if you don't get what you're looking for, offer the incentive on the follow-ups. And that could be a great way to kind of go in with a low input and then maybe ultimately with a higher output. Then there's messages to use to send out to people that have not responded to asks in the past, or maybe they told you no before. We're going to give you those words. And then you can also send out a CCE, which is the customer connection emails that you can send through Pampered Chef's website, or you can send a project broadcast text. So that's basically what the framework of a Christmas in July special would, party would look like. With these images, you can use this one or this one, and then it's saying with your message, send this. But you can see here somebody's name is on this, so we did give you the link so you can edit that, which I don't think you can see on the or on this PowerPoint, but it is there. So these are the words. We're not going to go over these words. You can just copy and paste them when you're asking for the booking, but they're all sitting here for you. Okay. The next idea, raise of hands. How many of you have tried this idea? Where do my friends live? Okay, so Lori, were you able to secure any bookings from this promotion or idea?
I did it last year, and I'm pretty sure I'd have to go back and look to make sure, but I know there was at least 2 that I was able to get booked from it.
How about you, Susan?
Yeah, I know I did it last year. I think I got 1 or 2 from last year, and I've gotten 1 from this year.
Yeah, I
still have a lot. I still have a lot I need to go back and follow up with, but
yeah, me too. So I did get 1 right off the bat, and then still more follow-ups. Angie, did you say you did it as well?
I just did it last month, and so far I've only gotten 1, and I got to follow up with some of them, but I didn't get very many of my friends to actually respond to it.
Yeah,
I don't know.
That's interesting that you say that, because I've watched several consultants actually recently share that we think we can just post something like this one time and hit everybody, but that's not how the algorithm works. So and then another part of us thinks, oh, if we put this up too many times, that gets annoying. But if you think about our host coaching process, this is a great example, and I'm glad you brought this up, Angie. If you think about our host coaching process, how many times do we ask the host to post on her wall that she's having a Pampered Chef party? Any quick hands? No?
At least 2 or 3, right?
That's right. Exactly. At least 2 or 3. There's 2 definite and there's a possible 3rd. So if we're asking our host to post something that seems repetitive, maybe it does seem that way, but we know why we're doing that, because it's all about the algorithm. So Facebook doesn't allow the same group of people always to see that first message. So somebody, and I'm trying to figure out how she did all this, but I just caught wind of somebody who did an $8,000 mystery host party. She literally posted something on her Facebook wall several times a day, went live, posted things, and in less than a month had $8,000 in sales. Anybody up for that kind of a party? Yeah, right. I'll take half of that, right? So again, posting something once is not always probably going to cut it. So if something doesn't fly the way you want it to, maybe try it in the morning, or try it in the afternoon, or try it in the evening, and kind of set it up differently. So basically what you do is you put this post on your Facebook wall, and then you put this message here. Oops, sorry about that. You put this message here. Hello, I'm planning a virtual summer trip across America, blah, blah, blah. So you're basically telling them, hey, I'm trying to book a party in every state in the country. If you decide to host a party, we're going to put you into a drawing for a free product, blah, 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 blah. And then this section here just goes over how the giveaway works and the words that you use to follow up with them. So again, not only are we going to set you up with what you need, we're going to give you the words to use. And then don't forget, the follow-up is the key. And just use your standard follow-ups that are already in step 3 of the 7 steps. All right, next idea. And this really, in my opinion, should be on your calendar on a monthly basis. Does anybody have this set up on their calendar so they remember to do birthday messages? I knew it. I knew it. Carol, I'm going to put you on the spot. Tell us, because I knew you were going to raise your hand. So tell us how you make this a priority or what you do to ensure you don't miss this each month.
I just have a reminder on my calendar, the second Monday of the month.
Okay.
And then pop into my Facebook friends and see whose birthdays that month. And I'm pretty sure I can't read this very well, but it's just the basic message. We have it out on boards that I send. And I usually get maybe 2 to 3 parties a month from this, but it's easy because it's our friends and it doesn't count against you for messages.
Yes.
So, yeah.
Very good point. Very good point. I always forget.
And I use the regular template with just the birthday overlay. I just change the games out and just a couple things. So it's not, labor intense to do the birthday parties.
Exactly, exactly. So great tips there. So basically the key is just making sure you put it on your calendar each month so you don't forget. It's not one of those things, obviously, we're going to do every day. We're going to do this once a month, typically. So it's going to be something you're going to need to remind yourself. And I know Carol has a birthday template. I do as well. So like she said, just use the regular template and overlay with a few birthday ideas, and you're off and running. And you're not going to hit everybody, but on average, I know for a fact that there's probably at least 40 to 50 people that get this birthday message from me. So, and just like Carol said, 2 to 3 are usually about the results. So this is something that if you're not already doing, you may want to try to incorporate, and you are now right in the middle of July. So this would be a great time to reach out to all your July people, and you can even do June. What's the harm in it? Just go back a belated birthday party, right? It doesn't have to be totally time sensitive. And then of course, I don't know if you see this, but sometimes I will see friends that'll say, oh, I'm raising money for yada, yada, yada for a fundraiser. Instead of giving me a gift, let's put money towards this particular fundraiser. Have you guys ever seen your friends do fundraisers for their birthday? So this is the same concept. So basically what you're saying with this is, hey, we can add more money to the fundraiser for your birthday or what have you. And that way it kind of accentuates and gives them more money for the fundraiser that they're already trying to advertise. So these are great ways to kind of have those ad hoc type of bookings in your calendar. All right, so let's move on to shared rewards. So just a quick raise of hands, just so I can visually see. How many of you have tried a shared rewards party? Okay, so I see 5, well, I only see about 6 faces. So, okay, almost everybody has tried one who I can see. So there are some definite differences in a shared rewards party versus a host rewards party. And you can learn more about this in Dash, but I'm going to just kind of give you a broad overview. But my suggestion is, if you don't have anything set up for this month, there's 2 action items, in my opinion. Take the next 5 days, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, do your 150 reach outs at the very, very minimum from your downloaded Facebook friends list. Number 2, do your birthday messages. Those are a guaranteed 40 to 50 people that you have that had birthdays over the last 30 to 60 days. And then the third one is a shared rewards party. These are so simple. They're no different than any other party that you do. But basically what happens is the host pretty much gives up her rewards and gives them basically to her friends. However, if you want to dictate your month, the very best way to handle that is to do your own shared rewards party. So that way you are in control of if this party happens and how it happens and so on, meaning the number of people in the party and so on. So these are just some basic guidelines for shared rewards. And again, you're going to want to go to Dash and read up on the shared rewards because they do have very specific timelines and rules, and they are different than a host rewards party. So we're going to show you tonight with a kind of a chart how you can actually guarantee with very little financial output the 25%. So we know that the highest level of a discount that they can get is 25%. So that is huge when it comes to a Pampered Chef discount. It's basically like being a host of like a $200 party. You're going to get that higher discount. So you can guarantee the 25% discount. You can take the final discount at the end of the party and ensure that everyone gets the discount that you promised. So you can advertise this with people in the party that they will get 25% off their order. What you cannot do is you can't post it on your social media pages as a 25% discount. So I can show you some of the things that I have done, and it is a kosher way of doing it. It's advertising that there is a discount, but that we're not advertising the amount of the discount. You can post the shared rewards party or discount in your private VIP groups and through your consultant connection emails. And you don't want to just send one consultant connection email. This is kind of the same concept of doing just one Facebook post. You want to send multiple consultant connection emails. As a matter of fact, they recommend one per day. So every day, which is the next point here, you can send a customer connection email every day. This is the best way to get orders for a shared rewards party. So for the example, you would pay the difference if the party did not reach the 25% off, but the party still needs to get there in order for Pampered Chef to offer that 25% off. So the next chart is going to show you the maximum out of pocket, not incorporating the commission that you would earn if the party did not reach 25% off. So this might get a little confusing, but as you look at it and kind of dig a little bit deeper into it, you kind of get the idea and the gist behind it. Obviously, if the party level is $1,000, it's a commission of $750. Pampered Chef pays the 25% and you pay 0. And then of course you get commission on your $750, depending upon your commission level. Let's say, for example, the party was the other way. It was only $100. The commissionable sales were $97.50. Pampered Chef is going to pay 2.5% of that 25%. You're going to pay $22.50, and your maximum output would be $44.78 for that party. Let's say you sat right here in the middle and you had $500 in party sales. The commissionable sales that you get paid on would be $437. Pampered Chef's going to pay 12.5%. You're going to pay 12.5%. So your maximum output is going to be $74.88. So obviously, the higher that you get, the more Pampered Chef pays and the less that you pay. I will tell you, and I don't know if this goes across the board for other directors, but I know several directors on this team have had multiple shared rewards parties. My shared rewards parties on average are $3,000. So this is never an issue on if I'm going to make a payment or not. I think my lowest when I first did one was about 9 something. So I ended up putting out a little bit, but I made way more than I put out. But my highest sales have always been through shared rewards parties. So you better believe Lorraine is doing a shared rewards party this month. So let me just stop here for just a quick second. I don't want to get too far into the weeds with this particular party because you're going to find out more information on Dash, but just kind of looking at this chart, does this cause more confusion or does this shed more light, or any questions about this chart in general?
I have a question.
Yeah.
Okay. When I did mine, I did a shared rewards party when I first signed up, and I had no idea that we got paid out of, like, okay, I'm trying to wrap my head because I knew, like, mine did nothing. Then I tried to do another one that didn't do anything, but mine did nothing. So that doesn't, if your shared rewards, it was 0 because I just had my party when I signed up. So then, like, I was like, oh man, my launch party, I'm gonna do a shared rewards, and did nothing.
Mm-hmm.
So if it has a 0 sale, what happens with, is it just, or did I pay out for that as well?
No,
Or
so
no?
the only time that you would have any commission coming or any payment out is if a sale came in. So if
Okay, sorry,
the sales ended at
I
0.
came in halfway through, so I just wanted to make sure I was okay.
No, that's totally understandable. It can be a little confusing. So yeah, no problem.
All right, thanks.
Lorraine, I have a question. Is this only for if you are the consultant doing it, and this is not for if you're doing it for a host?
No, this is anything.
Okay, because I
Anything.
don't remember this for my other ones when I did them for as a host.
Elaborate that on that just a little bit.
So I had people who hosted for me who did shared rewards, and they did not hit the max.
Right. So that means that this is you saying to your friends or to the guests in the party, I'm guaranteeing you're going to get 25%. So when you do a shared rewards party with a host, you may not guarantee that. So this is.
No,
kind of
I didn't guarantee that. No,
Okay,
I
yeah.
didn't do that.
Yeah, so this would only be if you said, hey, I guarantee you that your friends are going to get a 25% discount. This is where your maximum output would come. But if you don't guarantee that, then it's wherever the sales land is what they get.
Okay, thank you. Because I'm like, I didn't get this with my other ones, even with my host. I'm like, I didn't. Okay, so it's a guaranteed. Okay.
Yeah, it's just saying you're guaranteeing the guests they're going to get on. So when I do a shared rewards party, I'm off the bat automatically saying you're going to get 25 to 35% off your order. And let me just ask you, how do you think somebody is getting 35% off their order? Go ahead,
They
Lori.
must have their 10%, right?
That's right. That means a past host is getting her 10% on top of the 25%. Yep. So that can become very lucrative. So we always want to invite all of our past hosts, right? Because they're going to get the highest discount.
So
Go ahead.
a way to do this for a guarantee would be like your 1 year anniversary and invite all your past hosts, and then they can use their discounts.
Yeah, I mean, you could do it that way. Are you saying like, meaning when you say your 1 year anniversary, meaning you, the consultant, or you, the
Yeah.
host? Yeah, I mean, you certainly, you can do this anytime that it works, most beneficial for you. I find for me, in the weaker months is when I tend to do these, and I've historically done them in the summer. Anybody else?
Rain, I always do a Christmas in July, shared rewards on
Okay.
my VIP page as a customer appreciation. So I
Okay.
kind of combined the two, and I've been very successful with that. At least last July, I think mine was about $2,500.
Oh, very good. Very good. I was just going to say, anybody have any other tips, ideas that have worked for them when they did a shared rewards? Okay, so let's.
I went back into a lot of my old parties. And I mean, I spent a few days, but I went back in to a whole bunch of my old parties and posted it, and I tagged everybody in the party. And I scheduled the post to go out, at different times during the day, but that helped as well.
So how did you decide which parties that you were going to put that in?
At that time, I literally pulled them all up and I just started going through the list.
Okay, so basically all your past parties within a period of time.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
Okay, so then let me ask you this, because I personally haven't done it the way Carol recommended, but I do like that idea of putting it in my VIP party or VIP group. But when I've done it before, I've put it in my VIP group and I created a separate group for those that wanted to be in that party. So Carol, are you saying you just did it in your VIP?
I did it in my VIP, and then I put it on my personal page and invite to a customer appreciation sale. That's all I put.
Okay.
And then tag the Facebook group so they could come do that. I did customer connection emails out to everybody, telling them they could order, and I put the ordering link in there, or join the party, put the Facebook group. And then I also used Project Broadcast, and I did, I think, 2 blasts out so that I caught all my customers, everybody on there, giving them the same option. If you want to join the party, here's that link. If you just want your discount, click here to shop.
Okay, very good. Very good. So, Carol, how many people do you have in your VIP group approximately?
That's a good question.
Okay. I ask this only because as a newer consultant, maybe you only have 50. And so that might not be the most viable option. You may want to do the VIP group and another setup group. But I have a feeling you probably have at least 200 or more.
My computer, I have 458 now.
Okay.
But last July, I wouldn't have had that many. It's filled
Okay.
up. It probably had 200 or 300
Okay.
last July.
Okay. And for those of you that are like, well, how do I get a VIP group like that? Well, make sure if you don't have a VIP group, believe it or not, you probably actually do. And what we mean by that is when you had a launch party, that's probably where most of your friends sat. So that becomes your VIP group. So you just change the name of the group and call it Erica's VIP group. And that automatically then starts the flow of people coming in. And when you do your thank you text and you do post in your party, you want to make sure that every single party you're advertising your VIP group to allow people to trickle in as often as possible. I've seen VIP groups, one consultant, she's probably been with Pampered Chef, I want to say less than 3 years, and she has 14,000 people in her VIP group. I would personally love to know what she's doing, but all I can tell you is that she must be advertising it quite liberally. So my suggestion is if you don't already have it in your template, make sure that it's added to your template every single month. And it's a great place, you know, we can do that at everyone tag once a day. That would be a great place to do an at everyone. Okay, any other questions about shared rewards? Okay. So here's going to be a little offering to you guys, and that is if you, actually 2 things I want to mention. If you would like to do a shared rewards party and you're going to say to yourself, okay, I'm going for it this month, I'm going to do this shared rewards party, message me directly and say, I want to do a shared rewards party. And I'm going to put you in it's probably going to be a very small group chat, probably 5-10 of us in that group chat, and we'll coach you through the process of that group chat. If you join, I'll add your director to the group so she can help and chime in. But when you're doing your first shared rewards party, I don't want you guys to be out on that island by yourself. So we want to help, you know, guide and coach you through that process. So that's one piece there. So if you want to do a shared rewards party, message me directly and say, I want to do one, and then we'll set up a group chat. So that way you're feeling supported throughout the month. And then the second part of it is we're coming into the end of this mega party. So this is where things we know start to pick up the pace in the sense of orders, but that really requires your effort. So tomorrow is Tuesday. And so if you follow the host coaching plan that we have in the 7 steps, that's the day that you want to go into the party. This is why your original list was so important. This is where you want to go into the party and tag everybody that was active in the party. You could even tag those that aren't active in the party and remind them that this is the last day to order. So let's say that you have 25 people in the party, but you only had 3 people active. This is where you're going to go into the party and create a quick image or just simply a a text that says, just a friendly reminder, Angie Hess's friends, there's only 2 days left to shop. So Angie's going to tag everybody in the party that is her guest, not an at everyone, because that's going to mess up what we're trying to do as the directors. You need to have your list next to you. Everybody that's in the party, you want to tag them and remind them there's 2 days left to shop. That's going to be on Tuesday. Tomorrow we'll change the banner, we'll change the name of the party. So that's going to trigger some orders. But on Tuesday of every week, we remind everybody in the party that there's 2 days left to shop. Then on Wednesday, we'll do the same thing. We'll re-tag anybody that hasn't yet ordered. Today's the last day to shop. Thursday, we're going to open back up the party. It never really closed in the first place. We're going to put a message that says the party has been extended to Friday. There'll be a new image that says the party is extended to Friday. And then Friday will be the drop dead gauntlet date at 9 p.m. All orders are going to be due. And that will be the end of the party. Then when the party is either on Wednesday or Thursday or Friday over, what is the step that you would want to take with your people to get bookings? What do we want to do on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday to get bookings from our friends that were in the party?
How about everybody wins?
How about yes, Erica? That is right. So you want to tag all of your friends in the party. You are a random winner. Then other people are going to be like, wait a minute, I'm with Nancy and I didn't win. So Nancy, that's going to trigger your friends to say, wait a minute, why don't I get to win? So Nancy's going to go in and she's going to tag all of her friends that were in the party and she's going to start doing everybody wins. So guys, you want to make sure you're on the stick with your host. You want to go in on Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday and do Everybody Wins only with your people that are on the list that are in the party, so you can start getting bookings, because we want to make this a party, not just for sales, but also for bookings and potentially recruits. So keep an eye on the posts. There are a lot of posts in the party that are not being addressed. So you want to make sure you're combing through that party each day. And it won't make sense if I'm going to comment on one of your friends, nor would you want me to. So that's why your list is so important, to know who is in there and who's commenting. There's booking comments in there. There's recruiting comments in there. I've seen at least 5 of them that haven't been addressed. So make sure you know who your people are and comb through the party to ensure nobody misses out on anything, because you don't want to miss out on any of this good stuff and this good energy that we've created. So you will see some additional lives. You'll see a live, if it hasn't happened today, you'll see one for the rest of the week, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday, I will be the last person to go in and then wrap up the party and do a live as well. So that is everything I needed to cover. Any questions before Julia takes over for a quick minute and talks about our watch party? All right, Julia, you're here with us. And Julia is going to go and talk to us really quickly about what we call the watch party.
Hello. So unfortunately, I don't get to be there for conference in person this year because I've got my wonderful little baby to watch, but I know the value from having attended last year. So if you are new to the team, or if for whatever reason you can't go, I highly encourage you, if you are local to the DC-ish area, to come join us at the in-person watch party. So what we're going to do, and I still recommend you, I think there's only a couple of days left to sign up for the replay version of conference. There's over 20 hours of content there, pre-recorded trainings, so much information. But what we're going to do is come together in person, those of us who can, and we're going to watch some of the general sessions, the most important parts and the key takeaways that the directors on the team and whoever else is attending conference live, the things that they found the most valuable, we're going to come together and experience those. And of course, just meeting each other in person, camaraderie, things like that are so fun. But that is going to be on Monday night, the 26th. So they get back from conference on Sunday. And Monday night is, if you weren't at conference, that is the first opportunity that anybody will have to find out all the excitement of conference news. So we'll get to see the new products together and just try as best as we can to recreate some of that excitement that they're going to be experiencing in person in Chicago for those of you who can't travel. So if you can make it, there is an event in the Read Rockstars group. If you go to Read Rockstars, scroll to events at the top, there's one called Conference Watch Party. If you could RSVP there, you can also message me. We can coordinate, we'll just do some snacks. I think I'm going to do like a giveaway for people who come, and then we'll talk about some of our top training tips. But I am very excited to still get to share in a piece of that conference excitement and training and just the general value that you get from these types of things. I won't get the full experience, but I am here for anything additional that Pampered Chef has to offer, because when they put out content, it's of the best quality. And I just highly encourage you to sign up for that replay. If you're new, I think there's a lot of people, you might not know this, you can check your balance in Consultants Corner, but a lot of people get PC dollars. So you might have like 50 PC dollars for a promotion when you signed up, or if you ever recruited anyone. A lot of people have those for whatever reason, and you can use that towards your registration for the replay version. So I would definitely check that out if money is holding you back. But anyway, please join us in person. Monday night, the 26th, I put it up for 5:30. We probably won't start watching till more like 6. And then we'll do some other fun activities together. So let me know if you can make it.
Thank you so much, Julia. We appreciate you carving out this time, and we're going to miss you, but we do appreciate you putting this together for us. And there's nothing like getting together. And it's funny because this whole remote world has isolated a lot of that opportunity. But when us directors do get together, it's kind of like a family reunion, and the relationships and the feelings that are developed are just completely different than what we get in this remote world. So Julia, thank you so very much for carving out that time. And what we'll do is we'll put the link to this event in the Read Rockstar chat, so that way it's front and center for those of you that would like to participate. So on that note, we have finished with 5 minutes to spare. So any questions before we wrap up? Anyone? Okay, so remember to message me directly if you want to do a shared rewards party, and we'll get you in that chat. And then just don't forget about doing your reminders on Tuesday, Wednesday. Do Everybody Wins Wednesday, Thursday, or Friday. And we are here obviously to help you and support you through this effort. So thank you guys so much. And I appreciate you carving the time out for our training. Oh, Nancy, did you have a question? Oh, okay. All right. Have a good night. Thank you. Bye-bye.